Hello. Good morning, stream. Apologies that I'm slightly late. So, today we're drawing some OCs that I don't draw very often. And so you don't get to see them on stream very often. There are more OCs than this that fall under this category, but honestly, most of them haven't been visually designed. They have characters, they have roles in the story, they have backstory and names, but I have not drawn them at all yet. And so I figured those wouldn't. It's not supposed to be a designing stream. So we're not doing those today. I will say, however, that some of the ones that are on screen, even now, some of the ones that I've picked are well overdue for a redesign. And so if we go with that character, I might do some redesigned sketching ideas, and then we'll do a little doodle of whatever we come up with. But there is a very real possibility that they will not look like this next time you see them. Those ones are well, let me like make a little marker. This one. Oh, that's in the folder now. Oops. Yep. These three desperately need a redesign. That's why their references aren't. They're not quite in the same style as everyone else. Because when I say I haven't been drawing them, I mean, I really do mean I've not been drawing them for a long time. And so their references are very old. But we'll have to work with that. So, where do we start? Let's get my colors in order. Okay. Let's see, who is the one we saw most recently? I think Olivia and Rachel we saw. They were on stream like semi-recently. Olivia back in October. I forget when Rachel was there last, but she does have a voice headcanon like video on the channel, so I think Royal might have been the, but I don't want to start with a redesign one. We'll do Rachel first, just because out of everyone here, she's probably the one I've drawn the most out of the ones I draw the least, so at least I know her from memory pretty much. She'll be the warm-up round. Hello, Ray. You first. Welcome in. Welcome. Hope you're having a good Friday so far. We're drawing OCs again. Yay! I've actually been drawing a lot of OCs on the streams lately, I realize. It feels nice. Nice getting to to draw them and talk about them. I'm in quite the Friday, drawing birthday art of my friend. I have to finish this today. Whoa. Give myself quite the challenge. Yeah, I've been there too. I hope it goes well. I hope that you manage to finish it on time and that it turns out good. You're happy with it. How about you, Howard, though? I'm doing alright, thank you. I'm quite excited about OC stuff. I started working on, I remember during last stream, remember we were talking about the song I want to animate for Kira and Rhyme? It's gonna be forever until, well, not actually forever, but you know, it's gonna be a long time till this is finished. But I did start working on the storyboarding for that project, and that's a lot of fun. Also, new Infinity Mickey update today. So I can't wait to play that later today after stream. It's gonna be a good time. Primer from Did you notice my strange pattern of drawing crabs in the first person? I did. I have noticed you talking about drawing crabs a lot. You just enjoy drawing crabs. I've never tried drawing a crab. It seems complicated with all the legs. It seems complicated, but yeah, I haven't tried it. Is it fun? Isn't it fun to draw them? New OC now, right? Birthday crab. It's basically like a birthday clown, but this crab dresses up as any crabs are. It's a cosplay crab OC, okay? Until I can break down the shape of a crab anytime, and I don't mind adding more intricate details later on. Just my life is so influenced by crabs at this point. Oh. I think it's really interesting to hear what different people like draw repeatedly for honestly regardless of what the reason is. Like art habits. Sorry if I end up clearing my throat a lot today. I don't know how much I'm gonna talk about my OC's lore today from all the ones here, but I do want to say one thing about Rachel, which I think is a kind of just a funny little character detail. That she was actually created on stream back in 2020, and her entire character design started off as we were talking about color theory, and I ended up drawing like a little hair swatch that was not exactly this, but very similar. It was more colorful back then. And I finished it and I looked at it and went, that's too pretty. I have to design a character around that. And so I did. And now here we have Rachel. And now she has the lore of she got like tinsel highlights in her hair when she was younger, and now it's like too much effort to get them taken out, so she just still has them. The reason I'm drawing a crop for them is for core memory. Oh, that's sweet. Hmm. Character that left its influence in the games called Chaos Rings in the sequel of that game. We discovered that a crab shares the name of that character and we both went. Liz? Oh, I noticed that you finished your writing goals lately. The human and friend are still up there. Hey. And I've been in a writing mood. Honestly, it's been really good. I went back to some of the character pages and updated some stuff. Some characters that are on the wiki now have full descriptions that were completely blank before. Actually, Phil being among them, his page was completely blank before, which is such a weird thing because he's the main character of the prequel story. And his page was completely blank. But now he has some writing there, and I ended up making the short stories as well. Notice that you sell them. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to write. Also read the lore of the Winter Lord, and yep, pretty nature god of them. To care for animals and punish anyone who hurts them. I've been having so much fun doing OC stuff lately. Doing the art and doing the writing, and yay, it's a good time. I keep getting distracted with like animation projects because I just, as mentioned, I just started the storyboarding for the song She, for Rhyme and Kira, and I keep thinking, I've had the song playing in my head, the song Waterfall, because I want to animate that with Devian and Kai. And it won't make any sense if you listen to the song by itself. It's not gonna make sense what I have in my head, but I promise it'll make sense when it's all done and when I've made it, and oh, I hope it's good. When you have too many projects in your head. On my reading journey, I'm close to finishing part 1 of Mistborn. Ooh. Exciting. The lore on the birthday cake lore art. Enjoyed that? Oh, yeah, I'm glad. Yay. I didn't really know what I wanted it to turn into. It kind of turned into like headcanons or short story-esque, like in the middle. I just knew I wanted to write how I thought the scene would happen because I thought it was sweet. I finally read stuff lately and it's awesome. My peace and tranquility has been achieved. Oh, I'm glad. Yeah, I'm still waiting on that email from the library being like, hey, it's your turn in the queue to borrow the book. Hopefully sometime during the summer. I should probably check in on that if the last person who borrowed it has returned it by now, because it was already late by like 2 months. So it's possible that the last one who borrowed it like lost it or something. Which would be quite sad, considering how many people are currently in the queue to read it. can't remember if Rachel's page was empty as well. Before I think it might have been. Or like it didn't have very much. I remember I added stuff to it though. That for sure. Trying to figure out what kind of pants these are. They're like, I don't think they're quite like this is her. I think this is her on more of a casual day. But I don't think she would ever wear like what do you call those? Sweatpants isn't quite right, but like that sort of style, I don't think she would ever wear those. But maybe some kind of like more loose style of pants for comfort. Close enough. I do hope we read that book. Yeah, I hope so too. I hope it gets to be my turn eventually in the queue. Like this OC, what's their lore, I wonder? They do have a page on the wiki. They're I think you can kind of tell what type of character they are just from like how I draw their vibe most of the time. Kind of doesn't really show too much emotion and kind of businessy and professional. Remembered, yeah. I was actually, when I was going through the pages and adding more lore to the empty pages and creating new pages for Lord of Winter and stuff, and doing pictures like little short stories and stuff, I looked into the name that I want to change it to. Like, I looked at the tags and the blogs, if there are any blogs with like similar names, and I was kind of disappointed because there's already like at least 5 with very similar names, which sucks because now I have to figure out a new name from the one that I'd planned to change it to. But I really like the name that I'd picked. Still have to dig in deeper. It's all there if you want to read it. I can't really talk too much about her lore, because it's gonna get spoilery real quick, but I think that's why it's also like probably easier for me to write their stuff on their pages instead of just talking about them during stream, because I feel like I'm gonna let the wrong say the wrong thing if I just let myself speak freely about them. One thing that has already been like I've already done an animation on it. It's currently unlisted on YouTube, but there is a link through that wiki still about an animation or animatic about Rachel and Julie. Reminds me, I'll also finally finished my rep sheet of my Pinocchio boy. Ooh, the app about that, and our fight has more defenses now. Nice. Hey. In the beginning of the year, I was thinking if I should do art fight this year. I don't know if I will, but I thought about it. How you draw your OCs and how much you can do in a day with these sketches, you're gonna fit right in. It's no contest. That should always be a reminder for our fight. I'm kind of worried that is there any sort of requirement for how many drawings you do for different people? Because I feel like I'm gonna get wrapped up in doing one specific one for a long time and then not finish as many as I think I'm supposed to. That's like one of my only worries about it. If you do join, I'm totally going after Kim if she's available. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe. No, in fact, you can have one attack and be done with it. Oh, okay. That's encouraging. I mean, I'll think about it some more because I kind of want to. I'm just kind of. It's a little intimidating, but I do kind of want to. We'll see. I'll definitely talk about it on stream if I do end up participating. Just as long as you give out the right tags, you're fine. Like, is it a rough sketch line or full render? Hello, me dolphin. Welcome in. Finally messed up my sleep schedule enough to catch another stream. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you have to mess up your sleep schedule to be here. I hope that you manage to get some sleep soon, but I appreciate you coming in to say hi. Oh, time zones. Like, Artfight requires you to score yourself truthfully, and they provide examples of what you can do and avoid at least. Yeah, it's good. I'm gonna have to look into it a little more. Hello, Gerald. Welcome in. Did I even get this on my feed? I don't know, but we're here now. Welcome in. Welcome to the Comfort Corner. We do art streams here. I'm currently drawing my OCs that I draw the least. Out of my entire cast of OCs, these are the people that get drawn the least. We try to have a chill, cozy time in here. Okay, I think I'll call that Rachel sketch done. I remember some of my homies making an art fight account and they never did an attack, but they did put some defenses. And I think did get a few attacks from friends. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'll like what kind of, I don't know, do you call it, you wouldn't call it strategy, I don't know. I don't know what kind of art fight experience I would go for. I guess if I do end up participating, I'll find out. Okay, who do we draw next? We'll see when the time comes. Yeah, we'll see. I know I've already asked this, but remind me again. Is it June or July? It's July, right? I think. Best you read the rules and set your rules as clear as possible. Yeah. I will have a look at that. Probably later in May. July. Yeah. Always right after Pride. Yeah, I remembered that you mentioned that last time. I was like, because I'm pretty sure last time I asked if it was June, July, or August. And now when I asked, I vaguely remembered, like, wait, didn't you say it was after Pride last year? Yeah. I'm gonna have a look at the rules a little bit later. Okay, do we do Sapphire or Phil next? Because Sapphire is one of the ones who kind of need a redesign, and I'm not gonna do a full redesign today, but she's one of the ones who who's probably been around on the YouTube channel the longest out of all of my OCs. Which is kind of weird. Considering, like, her role in the story is mostly background character. Unlike Corpus's red flags with art after June. Hello, BP. Welcome in. Good morning from South Texas. Welcome. Hello, and good morning from Sweden. Okay, I'm intimidated by how grand this birthday piece is, but a lot worse than I can beat it. Okay, let's do Sapphire. I think it's mostly like outfit redesign that she needs. I just realized too, Sapphire doesn't have a page on the wiki. It's probably something I should remedy at some point. Also unrelated to OCs, but I'm finally catching up on Genshin Story. I still haven't finished Natlan, but I'm at the last Archon quest. I'm about to start that one, and I was marathoning Ashikai theories yesterday. Like all the ones I've missed over the past 2 years. It's quite a lot. And then when I ran out of those, I was just like, yeah, you might as well just watch all the Star Rail ones too. Why not? I haven't played. I guess it's kind of the same time, honestly. I checked. It wasn't my. I forget if it was my screenshot or my wish history, but I haven't played Star Rail since September of 2024, and that's around the same time that Natlan first came out, and I didn't really play the Natlan story when it came out. Last Archon quest, you've been in Snezhnaya? I guess we technically have. Notcry is technically part of Snezhnaya, but I'm currently doing the last part of the Archon quest for the region before Snezhnaya. Yeah. Do we count? I think, like, it's kind of... I haven't done the Notcry Archon quest, and it doesn't feel like it's part of Snezhnaya, even though by technicality of where the region is, it should be. And now we've gone back to Mondstadt again, so I don't really know what's going on. I got some story to catch up on. I'm pretty sure this year, around September, we'll be going to, like, main capital Snezhnaya. If I have done my math correctly. It's been 6 years since Snezhnaya. Soon. It sure is. It feels really strange. I've started thinking about, like, oh, like, what are we gonna do after the main story's done? Like, I hope they keep up the live service for at least a little bit. Like, I've started planning out what I'm gonna do once the live service for Genshin ends. Which is a sentence that is, like, it's, like, weirdly, like, it feels really weird. Genshin's been such a big part of my life now for like a little over 5 years that I'm like, once it ends, what am I gonna do? Like once the live service game that you play every day ends its service, what do you do other than just spend more time animating? it's kind of surreal. It's very, very strange. Hello, Jackie. I mean, my luck on gacha games are 0, so I play on what character I get and wing it a lot. Playing in Genshin and other gacha games, yeah. I get that too. I've been free to play or nearly free to play in pretty much all of the gacha games I play. And had decent luck periodically and really bad luck periodically. So I totally get that. I fear that the Abyss will be next and the end of the story of Genshin begins. Oh gosh, and the twins might finally reunite and return home. Oh, I'm gonna cry. I already know I'm gonna cry so much whenever the end of Genshin's story comes around. There's so many things I hope we get answers for. Like, I know we've been getting, I think, I forget when it dropped, but like the whole, there was an animated like teaser trailer thingy, literally about like the shades of the primordial first descender just having a conversation about all the stuff we're going through on our journey, and I'm like, is this where we're at? Where we're just getting these lore drops casually with no announcement on the YouTube channel? It's so weird. But also, like, kind of encouraging, because hopefully the fact that we're getting so much lore means that they won't leave too many loose ends. Which will be satisfying whenever we have all of the loose ends and we can tie them together and be like, oh, that's where it goes. That's what AO3 is for. True. Very true. People will continue to make paths for those they love. How I feel when I finish a show, anime, game that changed my outlook on life. True, yeah. Yeah. If the twins meet, or the worst, it would be the bad ending or separate to any like good and bad positive effect. Yeah. I've seen some really interesting theories about, like, about what's gonna happen in the end, whether Lumine and Ether get to leave together, or like I saw one really crazy theory that said that was basically like we're the same person existing twice in time, and so when we meet, they're just gonna like merge. Or one of them is gonna fade away, and we'll just be like, oh yeah, it was us the whole time. It was definitely a crazy theory, but the thing is, I don't think it's gonna go that way, but there is a suspicious amount of evidence that the twins are like interchangeable somehow, which is kind of weird. But, yeah. I hope Paimon doesn't end up being like our enemy in some way. I really, really hope that Paimon is still on our side by the end. Welcome back, VP. And of Crisis Core Final Fantasy almost made me cry. I'm scared of playing through the entirety of Mega Man Zero. Finished the first Zero game, but I got spoiled on the ending, and I'm not ready to face such truth. Aww. Hello, Sheriff Pumpkin. Welcome in. Welcome. It's been a while. Welcome back. Hope that you're having a good day. I think I've chosen a difficult perspective maybe for this drawing. By ending, I mean the ending of Mega Man 04. I don't know anything about Mega Man, so I don't know how it's gonna go, but I wish you luck and hopefully good experience in the Mega Man games. I hope it's not too sad by how you're telling it. The theories will be the fear. Smart enough. I mean, Genshin devs are not scared of killing a character. Yeah, true. Very true. Are people still waiting for Senora to come back? Genuinely asking. At this point, I'm like I could see that happening. Like, sure, why not? Anything can happen into that. Sorry, this one's taking me a bit longer than the other one. This is the difference that it makes to draw a character loads of time, because like even though I don't draw Rachel all the time, I still draw her more often than pretty much everyone else on the list here. And so yeah. Just keep looking at this one being like, that's not what she looks like. My friend loved her, people who would want her back. Yeah, no, I'm sure people do like still do want her back, but I feel like not as many people are actively waiting, like expecting them to bring her back at this point. If they did though, I'm sure a lot of people would be really happy about that. I don't know anything about Genshin. I'm just happy to be here and see people so invested in it. Oh. I'm so happy you're here. I hope it's not too boring. Yeah, I can't wait. I haven't gotten to this part of the story yet, but I obviously since I've been actively playing, like I saw the updates for this all roll out, like everything about how they what would you call it? Would you call it save or like reformed or like rebirthed Durin? I'm so curious how they went about it, because like, you know, how do we go from like small tiny best boy dragon and like giant mountain covering skeleton dead terrifying dragon and mix them together and get a playable character that is still best boy but also like has a lot of destructive fire? How do we go from two dragons to a part human homunculus? How do we get there? I want to see how they go about it. Not to mention how Wander's in there as well. Oh my gosh. Seeing Albedo and Wander interact in Simulacra was one of my favorite moments. One of those moments that I've been waiting for years and never thought was gonna happen. Besides, it would give Arlecchino a run for money, and you know what? True. Yeah. I wonder how the Harbingers would feel about that. If all of the Harbingers came back that have passed away, except for Wanderer for obvious reasons, or Scaramouche. Like, how would everyone feel about that? I've seen some really cute fan art on the Hoyoverse, like official fan pages of Sandrone and Columbina and I forget who the third person was, but they were having a tea party and it was really cute. I was intimidated by drawing the crab, but I'm literally at the last two parts of finished drawing the liner. Overall, fear not indeed. Nice. Just hope that all we well, just hope that's all we can do for what's to come next. Yeah, true. I have it in like my like because I haven't done the Archon quests for a long time and haven't done the story quests for even longer. I have it on my like to-do list to catch up on at least the Archon quests before the summer. I feel like that should be manageable, right? Even though the quests are really long. It should be manageable. One thing's for sure, Venti's not gonna be happy. Ooh. Yeah. I feel like when he talked about it last though, he said he didn't like he didn't mind too much. He didn't really care. He was just like, yeah, it's fine. I don't actually think he probably wouldn't be happy about it, but I don't think he'd be too upset either, honestly. Wait, Harbingers other than Senora died? Ugh. Well, listen, yeah, fun of being spoiled, so worry not about me. I don't know if other people here mind about being spoiled, though. Hello, Kirby! Welcome in, welcome. Just found this stream? Welcome, we do cozy art here. Welcome to the Comfort Corner. Today we're drawing some of my OCs who I draw the least often. I got them on a little lineup here. And we're doing some doodles. Hey, welcome in. Minty's an arcade, he doesn't mind a few slaps here and there. Personally, I think he's a lot more powerful than he's led us to believe. He just, like, doesn't really see the point in using them, I think, unless until he really has to. He is the one who terraformed an entire country and was like, "Yep, let's make a city here. I'm gonna take a nap. Goodbye." Hello, Mystic. Welcome into the stream. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a good day. Got in from a... I'm assuming that means Discord? Discord server, I don't know why. Something I said? I don't know. I don't really participate in Discord servers, like, ever, honestly. But I would imagine... I don't know if you've done this, but double checking the rules whenever you enter a new server is always a good idea. Home from work now, so can catch a bit before I go to sleep soon though. Huh? Hey, time is it's relaxing time. Hey. You get to have a good sleep whenever you go to sleep. Double check any servers. Yeah, I don't know then. I think the servers is like every mod team for every server is gonna be different, right? And they're all gonna have different ideas of what's okay and what's not. So I think you would have to figure out a way to ask them directly if you want answers. Everyone's staying hydrated. That's a good point. I don't think we've had a hydration reminder for the stream today, so remember to drink some water and have a good stretch if you haven't in a while. Sure what to do for her outfit. I don't wanna do the same one that I have her in for the reference. I kind of like the reference that I have here of her is from her redesign back in 2020, which at this point is very outdated. Should probably check with the owner. Yeah, that's a good idea. Don't really join big servers, get one too many strangers, and probably will see us as an individual. True, I like my friends more. That's fair. I'm in a couple public servers, but I don't ever speak there to anyone. I'm in there for like news updates. to get a notification like whenever there's a new chapter for a linked universe, or for like Genshin redeem codes, and some of my favorite streamers get notifications because I never have Twitch open, like, ever, so I don't notice when they go live, so I have Discord there to do it for me. Yeah, but I don't really talk in any of those servers. The only ones I talk in is like private messages and just smaller friend group servers. Nah, 2020 was just text notes 6 years ago. Yeah. Yeah. Owner of the server is a streamer. These games with the members every other weekend. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, I notice a lot of YouTubers and streamers have things like that in their Discord servers. Oh god, I was about to say nowadays. It's making me feel old. But like, I know people do that now. It's a common thing, but it feels weird to me to think about. Definitely skirt though. She does love her long flowy skirts. I think we'll do like maybe like a vest kind of thing. I think she would like that. Sapphire's like, she's interesting because she's very different now from how she was when I first designed her. So like, she has similar design, but her personality has changed a lot over the years. Kind of sad I got banned. Yeah, I hope you figure that out. You get to have a some kind of communications with the mods of the server. Speaking of Alda using RSS feed to get notifs on my Always being live or not. Oh, that's cool though. So is that a thing? That sounds like a thing you can put in NeoCities. Is that a thing you can put in NeoCities? Or like that sort of thing. Sounds very cool. Ever since I abandoned it from Discord, I use RSS feeds to get myself updated. I feel like interacting with L servers actually helped me achieve this piece. Aww. Welcome in, just ones and zeros. Welcome, welcome. I think we'll give her some sort of like a cute blouse with the vest over it. I think she would like that. Just make your own server. I mean, you could. Nothing's stopping you. Totally have RSS feeds of most of my indie web peeps that I like. Well, it's like an update. If they update the website, that's so cool. You can set that up in the first place. Highly recommend an RSS feed. Get your mind out of the algorithm. Let's focus on the peeps you want to keep on. I kind of like with Discord, I don't really interact with anyone I don't know. And I rarely even interact with most of the people I do know. So like I ended up kind of just like after it was some update. I forget what update it was and when it was exactly, but some Discord update made it so that Discord doesn't automatically open when I start my computer anymore. And I went and checked the settings and it has that on. But because it just stopped opening, I just stopped using it. So I haven't actually like properly interacted with Discord in a long time. I do remember I liked the outfit that I designed for her for Pride. It might honestly have been something similar to this. Hold on. Let me just open that up real quick, see what I did for her there. Oh. There goes the window again. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Of course it's covered up. Come on, you're covering Sapphire's outfit. Okay. We're just gonna open the whole document. It's fine. Good thing that I have them separated into separate rows. We got the front row, the back row, and then the back row instead of the middle row. Nice, okay. There's the flag. Okay. Yeah, I really like this one. I really like this outfit for her. It's so elegant, I like it. You know what, we're just gonna... we're just gonna do this real quick. We're just gonna put her in here as reference, because I like this outfit a lot more than the one in her, like, reference sheet. Call me biased, but not using Discord? Low-key based. Yeah, I still use it for some things. I would like it if I didn't need to use it, but it is the one way of communication I have with a lot of my friends. Elegant outfit is beautiful, yay! I'm glad you agree. I like it a lot. Honestly, like, she's one of the characters that really needs a full redesigned reference sheet. Honestly, I might just use this outfit. I feel like it fits her better too than the one that's in there right now. It's like it's not her vibe. I forget what I was thinking when I designed that one. But regardless of where she was in her character arc back then, she has definitely evolved since then. She is no longer the same character as she was 6 years ago. was just in. I have finished the crab. Congratulations. Nice. I'm wondering, have you ever gotten into gradient maps? I feel like I've definitely heard the term before. I'm not actually sure what it means. Now I gotta draw the birthday boy and myself. I think Jordan Ray is usually a struggle because I have a lot of details on him. Yeah. Character details is such a, like, they're so fun. But then every time you have, like, it's so fun to design and look at, and then every time you have to draw them, you're just like, oh, why did I do this to myself? Hello, Kippy. You are could date her. She is arrow ace, so she does not date, but I'm glad you think she's pretty. Also, yes, I'm aware there are some arrow ace people who do date. She's not one of them. Hello, Kappa. Welcome in. Gem alert. Awesome drawings. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like them. Welcome in. No, it's crazy. I had an easier time drawing the tree, robot, and mantis than the human OCs I have. To be fair, I'm well versed in monster knowledge. Yeah, it all depends on what you spend a lot of time drawing. Human anatomy is definitely very difficult, especially if you haven't practiced it a lot. I guarantee you, I could not draw you a crab if I tried. But I'm sure that your drawing of a crab and a tree looks very beautiful. Would date in parentheses platonically. So big drawing happening right now, y'all. Oh, I'm glad you're liking it. I've been really happy about getting to draw so much of my OCs lately on stream. It's been a lot of fun. coming. Oh. As an ace person, yeah, I can still date someone despite being ace, just a matter of fate sometimes, yeah. And there, it's like, it's gonna be different for every person, right? There's ace people who date, and aromantic people who date, and aro ace people who date, and also all of those who do not date. It's all individual. Are you into pop songs? I am. I don't keep up with what people like what music artists make though. Like I don't have any artists that I actively follow to keep up with what music they release, but I do enjoy pop music. I think like the closest thing to like an artist that I actually keep up with is Eve. Eve and Wonderful Opportunity. But otherwise, I don't really keep up with what music artists are doing. First time riding a leg. Alright, it should be straight down. Now, how did it get 90 degrees leg? 90 degrees. Yeah. Personally, I don't date, can't vibe with many. I'm pretty eccentric most of the time. Again, it's all individual. Different for everyone. Eve mentioned, yeah, I love Eve! Yes! Favorite Eve song? It's between Fight Song and Shinkai. I've wanted to make vocal covers of both of those songs. They're so good. Mind if you hum From the Start by Luffy, please? I don't know that song. Again, I don't keep up with what artists make. I just kind of hear a song and then decide like, yeah, I like that song. I don't know the names of the songs, nor do I know the artist Luffy. And I know my sister listens to that artist, but I could not identify or sing a single song. Yeah, unfortunately. Really into Yatorigi, personally. Sayonara, oh my gosh. I haven't kept up recently. I listened to Sayonara End Roll for the first time like a couple weeks ago. It made me so emotional, oh my gosh. Because the whole series of like with the music videos that oh my gosh, what's it called? The whole series of the characters that are in the music video for Sayonara End Roll that are also in the music video for Fight Song. I know it has like I forget if it's an OVA animated thing or if it's a manga series, but they have a thing with the characters, and those characters make me so emotional. The animation for Sayonara End Roll was so good. By the way, sorry, this is getting me into such a rant. The animator that does the music video for that series of characters, Mariasu, which, before you ask, I did not pick my name based on that. I found out we just have similar usernames by coincidence. One of my animation idols. I love their animations so much. It's so beautiful, and it's all like, it's one of those things where like it's one of those rare instances where you see a very professional made music video that is made by one person, or like at least a very small team, and that is a very big deal for me. Like that's all I aspire to be. Oh, I want to make cool stuff like that. Hello, Nitroid. Welcome back. It's been a long time. Welcome in. That song's awesome too. Yay! Me over here. Hey. Listen to Shiwai Donian. It's pretty melancholic. Yeah. It's a very sad song, but I like it a lot. There's something you're not into pop? Lady Gaga, though, now we're talking. Nice. Welcome back, Kirby. Oh yeah. I like Teta too, but I don't really know any of her songs. More irreverent, please. What's that song? I feel like I'm really bad at remembering the titles, even for Eve songs. But the one, because I remember them by visuals. I remember them by the music videos. The one that had an animation where it was like someone fighting in a video game, and it was really well animated, but it was so trippy because like the styles kept shifting, and it like they had visuals from in video games, just like a HUD over the screen sometimes. And the liquid, I love the liquid cat companion. I thought that song was cool too. Do y'all know Machine Love? I don't think so. What did I just walk into? We're talking music now. Maybe get more into those characters, and I had no idea the extent lore. Yeah, they have like a whole story going on. I forget which songs exactly are involved in their story, but I'm pretty sure it's easy to find. I bet Eve has like a fandom wiki or something you can look at, but it's really interesting. There's the character with like the giant like spirit bag with a mouth. It's like one of the main characters, and then the little girl, and then the one from Sayonara End Roll, who was it Insomnia? I think that was the first song they were in. Yeah, it's like a whole story, and the music videos tell part of the story, but not the whole story. Also, if you go into those videos, you can see everyone's pitching theories about different artistic interpretations of how the music videos influenced the story of those characters. It's very interesting. If you're into that sort of stuff, would recommend. Which Teto, I'm pretty sure I already shared with you info about AO3 Teto's song. I feel like you mentioned that. And I definitely forgot to check it out. I did go have a look at the Miku cover of Minecraft Sweden. Yeah, that was nice. It was good. The little black cat, yay! Yeah, the little black cat. Archive of Our Own by Zin the Siren, one of my favorite Teto songs lately. Let me open that in my tab so I can listen to it later. Yep, there it is. Okay. Ready to be listened to after stream. Thank you for reminding me. One thing's for sure, I've been listening to Lost Ones Weeping again. Resonating with a lot. Apparently Neto made many versions of Lost Ones Weeping. Personally, up the refined version. I haven't really heard that many versions of it, other than like Utaite vocal covers. But I have also listened to that song a lot over the years. Machine Love's a Teto song where it's pretty much like Teto trying to say what happens. Oh, it's gonna be real existential, isn't it? Yeah. Last year, my favorite synth song was Addiction. But I feel like I've definitely heard that song, but I can't think of what it is. I recognize the title. It's hyperpop, so it's okay, make it overstimulated. Okay. I feel like I've probably heard part of that song. Yes, I have. Oh my gosh, because someone animated it to Linked Universe. Someone did an animation of all the Linked Universe links to, I think, the chorus of that song. It was really good, but the overstimulating is right. I'm pretty sure I thought about listening to the full song, but then I started it and was like, nope, today is not the day for that. I'll have to come back to it at some point. Say Fire Emblem Three Houses. I have never played that game, so I don't know any songs from it. Sorry. Been hearing people use B6 Miku. It's pretty refined. She still has that classic robotic vibe, but it's much more clear now. But more. That's nice. I don't really know much. I don't really know too much about the different versions when it comes to audio. I just know. I know visuals way better. So I feel like I haven't really kept up with anything, or not anything, but like most of the new stuff when it comes to all of this too. My knowledge of a lot of Vocaloid stuff is still stuck in the time period when I got interested in it, which is like between 2015 to 2019 is like where most of my knowledge stops, unfortunately, with a few exceptions, but not very many. I think you were talking about Underdog, different art styles. The one that used the Markiplier punch meme as a reference. I can't remember if that's in the music video I was talking about. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Yeah, you're right. I forgot it was called that. I literally I was thinking of Undertale. I was thinking like, wait, was there a part in that music video where they were making like an Undertale reference or something to the annoying dog? I totally forgot that it was called that. Yeah, there's so many good Beef songs. Most of the ones that are like that I know well are from about 3 years ago and older. But still. Also, can we talk about Kororon? Please, I want a whole anime for the story of Kororon so bad. Looking Rose at the birthday boy in the pose I gotta make it so extreme. Oh. Monitoring Miku by Deco20. I do know that one. Honestly, mostly because of Shadow Milk. Has anyone else seen the animation that that actually Ria made of Shadow Milk and Pure Vanilla to the song Monitoring Miku? It's a good animation. It's a short one, but it's nice. It's good. Discovering that so many of these Eve songs have AMVs. Koronon's one of my favorites, and I had no idea there's lore. Yeah, like nearly all Eve songs have full-on animated music videos with tons of lore and characters, and some of them are like in the same universe. Like the tall one with the top hat and like one eye. I don't actually know if that character has a name, but like several of the characters from the music videos in different songs are in the music videos for other characters' songs. And hold on, there's one in particular I'm thinking about. This one, I can't read the kanji in the title, so I have to open it up to read the English title is Don't Replay the Boredom. In this one, there's a ton of cameos from characters in other songs, like Dramaturgy and As You Like It, and like other. It's really good. There's a ton of like secret little Easter eggs. Whether it has lore implications or not, I'm not entirely sure. It's really cool. It's really fun to just like look for the crossover characters in the different songs, and sometimes they'll interact. Even, it's very good. I watch Eve music videos like they're an anime. I realize. By next week, I'll catch up on all the ones you recommended. We'll talk about them. Oh, it's not gonna be next week though. It's gonna be the week after. I won't be streaming next week because it's on my birthday. So I will be taking the day off to just relax and have a good time with family. But the week after that, I'm so up for talking about Eve stuff. Yeah. Fun fact, the guy in the tall hat is Eve, by the way. Or OC in a sense. Huh. I thought it was the character from, the main character from Dramaturgy, because that's his VTuber model. But that's cool too. Maybe it's both. Don't Replay the Boredom is another song I like. I like singing that one, but I can't do it from memory. Like, I don't know all the lyrics from memory, which is such a shame. It's such a good song. I'm upset with myself that I haven't seen these MVs. Next week, so I'll have my homework done. Yay! I hope you enjoy them. They're all so good. Animation-wise and story-wise. White Snow recommendation. White Snow, it's not really connected to any of the others, but it's such a it's so beautifully animated, and it takes inspiration from like what do you call those? I don't know the good words for this in English, so apologies if it sounds not good, but like the like Nordic original peoples, so like Same peoples. It takes inspiration from that sort of culture, and it feels very at home. It feels very homely to me, in particular. So it's, yeah, and it's very beautifully animated. It's very pretty. Yeah. Birthday's in 2 days too. Oh, happy early birthday. I hope that you have a wonderful birthday. Hey, that's awesome. Yeah, thank you. Birthday soon. That's awesome. Yay. Guess who's bringing crabs? Hey, you don't need to bring anything. But I appreciate the happy birthdays. Thank you. Hey. I've thought about maybe like posting a little drawing or something on my birthday, but that's if I have the time to finish it and not feel stressed about it. So we'll see. But yeah, because of that, there won't be a stream next week, and I'll be making an announcement on the community tab about it. Yeah. also the reason why he makes a lot of cameos in a lot of Eve songs, mostly because he's being around there. But for JJK, yeah. Happy birthday, thank you. Hello, Mango Mochi, welcome in. The Love Whites know the song. Yeah, it's really it's a really beautiful song. I can't believe how beautiful the AMB looks for it. Isn't it so pretty? It's like it could be an anime movie. Is that pure vanilla? No, not today. Or that, not that I'm drawing. Yeah, sitting on my paper over here. Yes, that is pure vanilla. I thought you meant that we're drawing pure vanilla. We're not. We're not drawing Cookie Run characters today. We're drawing OCs. But yes, I love Cookie Run very much. Pure vanilla is my favorite character. Which OC are you drawing? Right now we're drawing Sapphire, who desperately needs an update in her reference sheet. This one was drawn 6 years ago, so she is in need of some updates. But since we're drawing all of the, or not all of them, but like a handful of characters that I don't draw too often, I figured she deserves to be here today. All of the characters in here deserves more time drawing them than I give them, but I'm too busy drawing everyone else all the time. I'm gonna be binging these AMBs like they're an anime, like you said. Yeah, they're so good. I hope that you have a wonderful time with that. Happy birthday, May, thank you. I hope that I get to have a calm good vibes birthday. Still a week away, but yeah. Real. Yeah, we're all too busy drawing like one half of the cast for our OCs that we forget to draw the other half of the cast. I feel like it's a pretty relatable experience. Oh, your art's so cute. Oh, well, thank you for stopping by. I'm glad that you like my art. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Thank you very much. So I think if you want to know, you started making songs based off actual mangas. People didn't know, and some based on ideas Eve had about making manga. Like, he's gotten there now. I did not know that. It's very cool. I gotta take the time to read the actual manga based on the other song that I was thinking of earlier that is tied into the whole like Sayonara End Roll and Fight song, How to Eat Life. I forget the Japanese title, but that one is also tied in to that. One Eve song that I absolutely love that I feel like doesn't get talked about very often because it's pretty old by now, but Sister. It's that one's really good. That's like one of the songs that made me like rediscover Eve. Because I already knew of him before, and I had listened to many of his songs, but then I kind of took a break and I didn't really listen to much music for maybe a year or two back then, and then I found a really good fan animation for the song Sister, and then I rediscovered Eve and was like, oh well, this is great. Also, if you don't mind sharing, what age will you be celebrating this week? Totally, if you don't want to share. Hope you have a nice time. Yeah, thank you. I don't want to share exact ages, but I will still be in my 20s. And that's about as close as I'll share. Classic Eve, yeah. Nebraska underage gets punked by mom. It's like, I want to say something about that, but I'm not quite sure what to say about it, because it's like, it is kind of a weird personal thing to ask anyone, disregarding the fact that I'm also not a woman, but like, but it's also like a weird universal curiosity, right? I love the song Sister, I listen to it a lot. Yeah. It makes me kind of sad, but I do love it a lot. Sorry, no, it's okay. I don't take offense to it as long as it's not done with like ill intent. Yeah. It's gonna be a birthday soon, but it feels like I've been gifted a whole new way to enjoy these songs that I love. Aww. Yeah, but I'm always curious to know ages. Also, it's weird to just ask. It's interesting of the natural curiosity, yet it's always awkward to ask. Yeah, I feel like it's such a universal experience, like on both sides of it. I feel like, but it's also become like a bigger deal now with the internet. And personal safety and all that stuff. Yeah. It's okay though. Yeah. Also, Benjamin, you asked in like a very respectful way, so you don't need to apologize. It's okay. I've seen a lot of other ways that people have asked over the years, which have not been nearly as nice. But no, don't worry about it. Just know that I came out during the first Shrek era, so specifying which. There's certainly a way to specify time. You know that thing that happened in the Shrek era? It took me a second to, like, as I was sitting here in silence, I was trying to, like, read chat, like, processing. Have I missed something? Have I missed something that occurred in chat for the 1 minute I wasn't looking? Ooh. Shrek statement made me laugh, it applies to me too. Oh. That's great. I really like Jujutsu Kaisen. Miss old memes. Yeah, memes are different nowadays. I couldn't specify exactly how, but they just are. Alright, who shall we draw next? Does anyone want to pick? Otherwise, I will pick one at random. Sapphire looks so pretty when you're drawing her right now. When you drew her hair flowing softly. Oh, I'm glad you like it. Drawing, like, long hair is one of my favorite things to draw, whether it, like, no matter the texture, no matter the, like, the color or, like, the way that it falls, whether it's straight down in a line and just, like, falling straight to the floor, or if it's, like, I don't know, upside down in the wind. It is my favorite thing to draw. Most memes now are brain rot. Good, but painful to target. Yeah. Like what happened to the Pop-Tart cat? I don't actually know about that. Philip looks like a cool lad, vote for him. Okay, one vote for Phil. Back in my day, our memes were PewDiePie meme review 21 and emoji air horn. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And those like Vine compilations. I miss Vine compilations. It feels like such a weird thing to say, but Pop-Tart cat equals 9. Oh, 9 cat. Oh gosh, what did they do tonight? Hold on. Google. What did they do to Nan cat? I can't tell what happened at after one simple Google search, so I will look into that a different time. Vine was too powerful to be kept alive. Yeah. Well, I guess we are drawing Phil then. Phil isn't like... Like, on the surface, he's not that interesting, but he's interesting to me personally. They pretty much called Nyan Cat. Oh no. They called Nyan Cat brain rot? Become an— oh yeah, please don't become an NFT, Nan Cat. That'd be horrible. Search up what happened to Nan Cat, like the cat was a celebrity. I mean, if it works. Let's see, what is Phil doing today? What does Phil like to do? That's the thing. He's like... he's one of those people that, he hasn't quite figured out what he himself likes to do. He just kind of follows what everyone around him does, and then when eventually everyone goes home for the day, he just doesn't really know what to do with himself. He's still... he's among the younger characters in the cast. And so, like, I don't know how to represent him. I know how to write him okay because of the situation that he and his friends are in the current time of the book I'm writing. But oh no, no wonder I seem to like him. He's just like me when I was younger. Yeah, no, he's still very much figuring himself out, but because of that, I never really know how to, like, what to draw him doing, or like, I don't know what to how to. I know how to draw him, but I don't know what he's up to. But he's also one of the more interesting characters to me because he's the main character of the prequel story, as I mentioned, and also that prequel story is based on a dream that I had, and I remember specifically dreaming that I was him. I was not myself, I was him. So I was like in my like in his head for that whole dream, and it was so surreal, but also so incredibly specific, and I could not put it into exact words. But because of that, I find him really interesting, because he truly is like a creation of my subconscious. I did not choose how he was. I did not choose. You know when you make OCs and sometimes you're like, oh, I want them to be like this. And then you make them like that. And sometimes you start off being like, oh, I want them like this. And the character just grows and grows until eventually the character themselves goes, no, I want to be like this. And you're just like, okay. This guy truly just showed up in my dreams one day and was like, yeah, this is me. This is what I'm like. And then when I woke up, I was like, well, I guess I'm drawing him. So he's a very specific odd case among the rest of my cast of characters. Are we doing the demon one or someone else? No, we're doing Philip. Right here. Maybe draw him reading manga? Yeah, I guess. Let's see, what? He does like music because he's one of the few people who gets to listen to Ivan play guitar. So he likes that. And Maigo has been trying to like he wants to be more fashionable, but he doesn't really know how to, so Maigo's been trying to help him find inspirations to figure out what kind of like clothes he likes. He doesn't mind reading, but I guess we could draw him reading a book. I don't know what kind of, actually comic book, definitely. Iris, Iris and Ivan are kind of like his older sibling figures, and Iris definitely tries to get him into like helps him out with homework and tries to get him interested in like science-y subjects because those are her favorite things. I do know he's not interested in that. Sounds like such a cool dream, interesting origin story. Yeah, that's how Iris, Ivan, and Mygo started too, because they were because they're all like friends, and in that dream, as I mentioned, I was Phil, and the others were there as well. And they kind of have run away and become their own, more of their own characters after that. Like, I started writing them and drawing them after that dream. Which is actually where the Ivan drawing that I showed you last stream of what Ivan's hair used to look like, that sketch that I showed you is the first sketch that I made in the morning after I woke up from that dream. So they all kind of came from there too, but then they've more grown into their own afterwards. Like outside of how they were in that dream and things that I chose for them, they just kind of evolved on their own. And Phil is still kind of stuck in that limbo space between I know exactly who he is because I was in his head in that dream, but also he hasn't really evolved into... He hasn't quite figured out who he is, and so he's not been able to, like, tell me who he is either. So that's part of the reason I don't draw him too much. Because he hasn't told me yet. So... yeah. Me over here with Gibby. How to more dreams. Reminds me of one of your other OCs choosing to be mayor in Tomodachi Life. Yeah, it truly is like that. Like, it's been a while since I've mentioned this, but like my characters truly do not feel like my own characters. They feel like they came up with themselves. They're people I know, not people I created. So it's kind of, I don't know, it's interesting. I have those moments too. My tree OC is supposed to be an old tree with existential crisis. Instead, he became a depressed dad looking for his son, but he's too apathetic to get motivated. Oh. Genius idea. He's reading and listening to music. Yeah. Yep, I'm gonna try and get my driver license due or updated. Oh, yeah, good luck with that. I hope it goes well. Driving stuff is scary. Yeah, but I hope that goes very well for you. Thank you for hanging out. Hope you have a good rest of your day. So you're saying you have yet another AU that develops on its own in your subconscious. It can be very well. I don't know about the prodigy thing, but I definitely live in my imagination probably more than most people do. So my imagination and my subconscious just kind of does whatever it wants. I think, like, because of all that, I also, like, I've had some really specific but odd dreams too. Like, I don't know, you ever have a, like, Hogwarts-esque magic class with Oikawa from Haikyuu? Where Nagito is staring wistfully out the window? Because I sure have. I couldn't tell you what the dream was intending to tell me, or like what my brain was processing at the time, but Yep. It's interesting too, because like I dream of my OCs sometimes, but not nearly as often as I do about other characters. Like when I dream of OCs, it's the first time they show up, and then they don't really show up in my dreams much anymore after that. Needs to be a fan animation there. Sounds so interesting. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll make something. I've had a lot of like weird and interesting dreams involving both my own and like other franchises characters. There was one dream I had that was like I went on, I don't remember who I was in this dream, but I was not me either. And it was like an archaeology trip to study dinosaurs with Milo Thatch from Atlantis and Laura Croft. And there was another OC in that dream that I remember what he looked like, but I don't remember his name. Do I still have that sketch? Because that's another OC that like my subconscious just kind of created, and then I didn't like he didn't have a place where he fit in with everyone else that's already here in my little story I'm writing for all my OCs. So he's just kind of sitting on the sidelines. Even though I did do like a half-finished design for him. This might not be a good time to look for this, honestly. Oh, but that's frustrating. I know I have the sketch in here somewhere. It was a young boy who liked to wear feminine Lolita fashion. So I remember he wore like a pastel blue poofy dress, and I remember thinking like, oh, it was so pretty. I know I have the sketch in here somewhere, but it's gonna take me too long to find for this stream. All my OCs are locked in a safe. It came my mind and I just started releasing them just to make them feel alive again. It's awesome they just run around free like that. Hey. You know, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. They just kind of run around, do their own thing. And I'm mostly just sitting here recording everything that they get up to. No, we are bringing up Milo Thatch after I just had a conversation with my friend about him. Oh yeah, it was a good archaeology trip. It was a weird place. Like, it was a weird place to have an archaeology trip. It was like... like... There's a particular scene that we walked past that would make such a cool painting. It was like a dinosaur skeleton. I could not tell you the type of dinosaur. Embedded in the wall, and there was a giant staircase going down the side of it. Like into the earth. And then there was like a Zelda-style dungeon underneath the skeleton. This was several years ago, by the way. it was, yeah. It was not recently. There's sometimes that I've had dreams about specific video games that I really liked, but then, like, I'm not playing them myself. I'm like watching a Markiplier Let's Play of a game and being like, oh, I love this game, it's great. And then I'll wake up and realize that the game doesn't exist. I could not tell you the amount of times that that's happened. It's very frustrating because I'll wake up and be like, oh, I feel like watching that Let's Play now. Joke's on me. that Let's Play doesn't exist. Something about how creative that dream is has me amazed. Oh, there's like... I'm glad you think so. I'm glad you think it's cool. This is just what my subconscious mind gets up to all the time. I wish that I had the patience to write down all of the dreams that I have. Cause I would say I'm like decent at remembering my dreams just on my own. But I don't remember nearly all of them, which is a shame because some of them that I've had I've been like, oh, I want to write a book about that. And then I'll make like the note that I'll make when I wake up is too short, so I won't remember where it's like where it ended up going. And then I end up not being able to write that book or even a short story, but like I have a little notebook specifically for that to remember. To remember all the things I dream about, if it's something that I think I'll forget. Oftentimes when I'm like, when I wake up and I'm like, oh, I'll remember that, I often do, which I feel lucky about. I feel, hearing about how some people either rarely ever have dreams or almost never remember them long after they wake up, it makes me sad. Because dreams are such a big part of like my everyday life, if that makes sense. That sounds so frustrating. Do you get ads in your YouTube mind? I think, yeah, I have a couple times, but they're always really weird ads. I don't remember them in detail afterwards, because I am actively annoyed by them in the dream too. But they're always really weird and nonsensical. You have quite vivid dreams. Your name does really does paint you. It's part of why I chose it. Hey. My sleep dreams are just about as vivid as my daydreams, which I'm quite happy about. I feel lucky that I get to experience them and remember them. Here's another one. There is one that I've a different one that I've actually really been wanting to write a whole story about. It's kind of like, again, another like magic school-esque inspired thing. And I don't remember the details of who I was, but there was someone with me who I don't know in real life who is gonna have to end up turning into an OC that has not been created or like written down or drawn or anything. But I remember they were really cool. and we were guarding some kind of crystal. I remember. And something happened, like blew a giant hole in the like half the building that we were in trying to get that crystal. That was a dramatic dream. There was yeah. Not dramatic, like intense. Yeah. I was just joking about the ads, but that being included is a crazy detail. You know, they're always really annoying. And the skip ad button never works. It's one thing that I've heard is a common thing with people's dreams in general is like technology never works the way it's supposed to. And I have that too in my dreams. It works better than like I have another family member who also dreams a lot, and we talk about our dreams together too because they're so frequent and nonsensical. And we often have like, this is going slightly into a different territory, and I don't know how many people believe in this sort of stuff, but when we have crazy long nonsensical dreams, we always look at what's the moon phase right now, because we always have them at the same time. And oftentimes it happens to be on the night of or close to a full moon. Don't ask me why, because I could not tell you. It's just the pattern that we found. And in their dreams, their phone never works at all. It's always broken. And in my dreams, my phone works, but it never works the way I want it to. Like, it's always like the touchscreen is like weirdly calibrated or something, so I'll click on it and it doesn't click where I want it to click. It's just, yeah. What's sad is I don't remember my dreams, but I still remember most of my horror dreams or nightmares. Oh, I'm sorry about that. It sucks. I hear that's like semi-common though, which is upsetting. Like, why can't everyone just remember all the dreams, all their dreams that they want to remember? I can believe that anything's possible in this crazy world. I really hope, like, I know that sort of stuff is probably considered by science to be like, I don't know, crazy things that people made up, but like a lot of my personal experience says otherwise. So I'm like really hoping that research on that sort of stuff gets prioritized at some point in time, because I want to know how it works. I don't know why it works like that, but it just does. Hold on, I gotta blow my nose. One moment. I wonder if that's something you can like practice like a skill and get good at. Like remembering dreams, because the way that you wake up does matter for how you remember what you dreamt, no matter what the kind of dream is. Because if you're woken up suddenly like by an alarm or something, or a loud noise, then at least in my experience, you'll remember your dream less. Like, you won't remember it exactly when you wake up. Maybe pieces will come back to you, like, during the day. But in my experience, the best way to remember a dream after you wake up is to try and wake up on, like, just let your body wake up when it wakes up. Because if you force your body awake, then you're basically putting it into adrenaline mode as soon as you wake up, and then it's like super aware of the real world. I occasionally have dreams where I have Spider-Man's powers and they're crazy. I'm lucid dreaming and aware that it's a dream, but I live in it anyway. Oh, that's so cool. There are times those type of dreams have shown me things, and that happened in real life, and it freaked me out. Happened too. Should mention in those dreams they usually have perfect control of the power and they play some kind of role in the story happening in that dream. Yeah. I don't really lucid dream exactly a lot of times. I don't think I can count it as lucid dreaming because I can't exactly control anything that... You know how people say they lucid dream and then they're like, oh, I can control everything about the dream. I can just make stuff happen. I can't dream like that, but I always have a really strong, like, if I know that I'm myself in the dream, I always have the same capabilities. So like I know no matter the dream, if I am me, I can fly. And I look somewhat the same, and sometimes I have telekinesis, but it's like it's always the same group of abilities that, like, if I know that I'm myself in that dream, I can do those things. even if I'm only like half aware that it's a dream, I don't wake up from it. I do get dreams where I do action, protect my family from an evil fog, or fight zombies with a greatsword. You're over there dreaming zombie apocalypse. Zombie apocalypse in fantasy scenarios. I think that might be a type of lucid dreaming, being aware of yourself in the dream. Dream really saying, which load are you going today? Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, we are not making much progress on the drawing. We're just talking dreams now. It's a good time though. I hope it's not boring. There are a handful of dreams that I've started animating. One of which I finished a doodle animation for, but it's not posted on any of my like linked social media. I was gonna say I hope it's not boring or bothering you because this is so interesting to me. I don't mind. I'm having a good time. Meanwhile, I'm doing decent progress and I can't believe I can manage with this complex pose. You can do it. Making progress. This does not look like him. I think this pose, this is not what his body language does. This is not his body language. just need to draw a birthday boy with the weapon. Ooh. I'm intrigued with your stories. You need. I don't. I doubt I'd get tired of it. Aww. I hope my silly stories won't ever get annoying, but you know, I'm glad. Thank you. Into the stream for magnificent art and raids that go on 20 different tangents. I'm glad, because that's about all we do here. One thing about like characters in dreams, or in my dreams specifically, that I find really interesting is like there's always this, well, not always, but a lot of the time there is this same, like, it ties in with the AU thing. There is a lot of the times this same character that looks very similar but is never never exactly the same, so it truly feels like alternate universe of the same character. And I haven't actually drawn her before, but she looks very similar to my girl, except her hair is like more orange red than pink red. But it's fascinating because I wonder who this person is. I'm like, have I met you somewhere? What alternate universe are you from? And why do you come with me everywhere? There's another thing. This one I actually made a whole note board for because I really do want to write it. It was it was a really fascinating building. Not quite a school, but not quite an apartment either. It's like somewhere in the middle, where every floor was like a never-ending corridor of a certain theme. And I also was not myself in that dream. But again, that person with red hair was with me. And they were like, I don't know, scary statue hall monitors. And one floor was just the pool rooms from the back rooms. Except it was like imagine the pool rooms, except it's like a dormitory. So you have to live there. It was really weird. Sounds cringe, but I'm legit looking at my hand like that anime trope of the MC realizing something. My anatomy got better and it can't. No, that's so cool though. Also, there's nothing wrong with doing that. I do that all the time. Just looking at... I guess I do it more for like anatomy reasons, but still, there's nothing wrong with doing that. You know how you mentioned the moon phase? Sometimes I wonder if when we dream, we're actually reaching another plane of existence. They're just so complex, just like views. Yeah. I don't know what I believe dreams are. Like, I'm not religious in any way, but also I can't say I'm an atheist. I don't fully believe the science that says it's all the, like, our minds that come up with it. But, dreams being another universe is also something called, like, there are people who believe that dreams are a gateway to another plane of existence, or like to other universes, and people who try to learn the skill of controlling where they go with that, and it's called shifting. And although I can't say that I believe in that, I will say that I believe in there being something mystical about it. I think shifting is a bad idea to try doing intentionally, because I believe in other like the mythical stuff. Trying to learn to reach out to do things that are like related to this sort of stuff, I feel like can be dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. Ray looking at his hand like the perfect somebody revives. The never-ending corridor sounds like a dream that I've had. Reminds me, I became a different person in a horror dream once, when we were trapped in some limbo, and apparently I'm a woman named Gwendolyn Green. Sounds interesting. Agnostic, maybe you should. I'm gonna Google, what does that mean? Because I don't know the terminology for any of this kind of stuff. Kind of, but not exactly. A horror dream involved me snuffing up candles and crazy-looking Ice Poseidon clones. Oh, that sounds scary. Kind of weird that it's like messing with the power you don't fully understand. Yeah, exactly. I don't believe that it's, like, impossible to know or to learn, but I think it's a bad idea to try and get into this kind of stuff without doing a lot of research, and either, like, I don't know. I believe that a lot of modern day witches do know what they're doing, and that there are, like, people who practice the magic that exists in our world to some degree in whatever way they're capable of it. But I couldn't tell you the details because I'm not one of those people who know what they're doing. Yeah. And a lot of like mythology stuff, a lot of mythological creatures I still think exists. At my house we do like anyone know of the Swedish mythological creature of the house gnome? Because that's just a thing, like I genuinely believe house gnomes exist. Not in a physical form the way that you see them represented, but in like some sort of spiritual thing. Because genuinely at my house, when we ask the house gnome for help in finding lost things, they do show up. Genuinely. And I've never seen one myself, but that doesn't stop me from believing. Didn't expect this conversation to get so intriguing. Yeah, we I'm giving up on this pose. Never mind. I don't, no. I need to finish this sketch, and we're not gonna get anything done if I just do the whole body. Yeah, we're getting into some deep conversations today. Yeah, dreams are vivid too. I get that if they're all nightmares, why you wouldn't be very fond of them. I remember quite a few of my nightmares too. I don't really feel like telling those stories because they're really personal. Yeah. No spooky music right now, it's not the time. House gnome sounds familiar? Yeah, it's I'm not sure if it's Swedish specific or like Nordic generally, but it is like a Nordic mythical creature that lives in people's houses, and historically, I guess historically it was treated kind of similarly to some Santa Claus traditions today, because you would leave them like little pieces of food, and back in the times of like at a when a lot of people were farmers, it was a thing of like, oh, you gotta leave some food for your house gnome so they will make sure that your animals stay safe, and that sort of stuff. And the gnome sounds like a cryptid. Nisse is what I got when I searched it out. Yeah. Nightmares mentions spooky music starts. A talk of nightmares equals spooky music starts. Very helpful, YouTube. Yeah. This playlist was like ready with a button for the timing. But yeah, that what you got from the Google search, that's right. I'm not sure exactly what they would have been called in like different areas, but as far as I know, they're just called like hustomte, which directly translates to like house gnome. So it's like if you treat them kindly and with respect, then they will help you keep your home safe. They won't do like, I don't know, cleaning or maintenance and stuff like that, but they might. Oh well, maintenance is a different thing. I haven't experienced that, but there are people who say like, oh, they might, I don't know, fix like house maintenance, help fix small things within their capability. I don't know how true that is, but I don't know. A couple years ago, because I grew up with this kind of not exactly the belief that I have, but like similar to this kind of stuff. A couple years ago, went Googling to see like, do other people still believe in this kind of thing, and how common is it, and are there stories and all that kind of stuff. And I came across a really interesting thread of people on Reddit who were talking about, again, I don't know how much of this was true, but the people who were in this thread seemed to certainly believe it. And it was a group of people who were talking about how to, like, who didn't initially believe in house gnomes, but who then saw them in their like modern day apartments, and were in there trying to be like, did I imagine this? Is this real? How do I like inform this creature that I respect them. Like being like, hi, I found out I have a house gnome. Can someone tell me how to treat them well? I thought it was really sweet. Yeah, I don't know. To be fair, Americans, my friends don't mess with skinwalkers, and I don't blame them. Morbidly horrifying. I've heard of that. I've heard of that name. I don't know much about them. Yeah, sounds nice. Not knowing how to show proper respect to cryptids, so looking for the voice of the people. Yeah, I don't know if they would. I don't know if they would count as cryptids because I don't know the definition. I personally haven't experienced something like that. I believe it. I probably also ask Reddit. Yeah, what else do you do when you randomly find out that you have a house gnome in your apartment? Not bring it to yeah, let's not. Cryptid is an animal or creature whose existence is claimed but not proven by science, often rooted in folklore and reported sightings. I did not know that. Okay. I guess by technicality they would be then. This is reminding me. There was an article, I forget exactly when, but it was like in the past 10 years maybe. Because it was a news article that I saw at some point back when we had newspapers, when people bought newspapers, and there was an article in that paper talking about they were interviewing, what was it? They were interviewing a dad and his 2 kids who lived in a pretty rural area, because the kids were claiming to see fairies in a forest around where they lived, and they would go out there and they would play with them, and the dad like thought like, oh, they're making that up, or they're playing make believe or whatever. And then he went out there to get them one day and he saw them. And I don't know if he went to the newspapers or if the newspapers heard this story through word of mouth and eventually went up there to talk to him, but he said like, oh yeah, I thought they were making it up. And then when I got there, I saw they were like, I don't know, just like a swarm of little glowing creatures. And then as soon as the kids like noticed that he was standing there, they had gone to greet him, and then they had just, I don't know, disappeared. I thought it was interesting because this kind of stuff, like, it still happens all the time. But I think probably because it's either because fewer people believe, or because it's not as like much of socially accepted to believe in this kind of stuff, that people don't tell their stories as much I truly think that's the reason we don't see as much of it anymore, even though this kind of stuff and sightings and probably interactions like happen likely all the time. I've never heard of those ones with the pants. I have no idea what that is, but I find it interesting too. Yeah. I don't know, maybe we should leave it there. But thank you for talking with me about this. I do think it is certainly interesting. And yeah, I don't know. I think if there was more of a focus placed on this sort of stuff in mainstream science, we would find out a lot of things. But from what I understand, they're also the kind of things that don't want to be found out. They don't want to be understood. Enough horror for today. Yeah. Bringing me back to creepypastas. Well, thank you for talking about it with us too. Yeah, thank you. This isn't a creepypasta, but it did mentioning creepypasta did make me think of it. The SCP that is a toaster. I only know of it from Joffy because they did an episode where they got like a bunch of random suggestions from their Discord about drawing SCP things based only on description and then doing like a little illustration, and one of the ones that were chosen were a toaster that makes it so you can only talk about it in first person. So like it's a normal toaster and it toasts bread, except when you talk about the toaster you can only talk about the toaster as if you are the toaster. That one stuck with me for some reason and I don't know why. I just learned about that today and I have no idea why it creeps me out. Very interesting though. I didn't find it very scary, more so interesting, but I get it, yeah. I guess the concept of like things that alter the way that your brain perceives things, because I guess that's how it must, that's how I assume it would work. That would be scary, yeah. But because of the way that it worked, the entry for it is like interestingly written. If you can't write about it like, oh, this SCP whatever number it is the toaster and it only works like this. No, the entry truly is like, hi, I am a toaster. Because you can only talk about it in first person and in writing too. So it truly is, hi, I am a toaster. when humans try to talk about me, they can only describe me in first person. It's just like, it just makes for a really interesting SCP, like, entry in comparison to all the others, you know? I was gonna say, get out of my head, Toaster. Yeah. There was another one that I heard about. I'm not super into SCP stuff either, but I keep hearing about them just here and there, like individual entries. And I saw one that was... they were looking for things that were similar to Iron Lung. And there was one that was, like, kind of similar. Definitely not the same, but maybe it would have inspired the game in some way. And it was really fascinating about, like, the... It was just, like, a lake that just spawned out of nowhere, and they went into it, and it was like a portal to a different dimension. Like, the people who, from the SCP Foundation who went on the expedition, it was a different dimension, and then they managed to find the exit, but they didn't live to enter the other side. So all of their logs just showed up on the other side, and it was back at the SCP Foundation, like out of the lake that they came out of, but when it came back, the people who analyzed all the logs that they had written, they had no record of the people who had been on the expedition ever existing, which is very scary in concept, but super interesting. Like, how'd that work? It was very cool. Very cool, but scary. You know what? He looks so focused and upset about this. I'm deciding to change it. This is homework now. Very low effort papers on this table. Deep dive into this lore. Yeah, it's super interesting. I didn't realize, again, I didn't know about, like, creepypastas and SCP stuff growing up because I wasn't allowed to. It was too scary, apparently, which makes sense, but you know, so I didn't learn about a lot of this stuff until later, and when I learned about it, I didn't understand why people were so fascinated with it. I understand now. It's very interesting and, like, fun to read and theorize about. Made me laugh the way you just said, this is homework now. It's fiercely studying the cryptid in SCP lore. I wonder if he'd be... I guess he would be. He'd be, like, interested in that sort of thing. Or at least a little bit. I think he'd at least give it a shot to see what all the hype is about, yeah. was gonna say if you mind humming Moonsong for a bit, but I don't need to ask, it seems. I will, like, hum along to whatever song is playing often. Based on how you described him, yeah. He'd probably hear about it and look into it, and then, I don't know, I guess we'll all find out if it interests him enough to stick around. He does like mysteries and puzzles. I think he'd probably enjoy like detective stories, but I don't think he has the attention span to sit down and read a super thick book. That would take too long. Maybe a detective game. Maybe he would like Ace Attorney. Maybe. He's definitely mystery enjoyer. Just a little bit impulsive, so like sees a mystery immediately goes, we gotta figure it out. I was locked in with drawing the weapon. I've done it. Oh, nice. Another part finished. I see him as a nerd, and I say that lovingly as a nerd myself. Yeah, he definitely is. Hey, the wing is covering his shirt. I need to see those colors. I'm really liking his design. He looks very nice. Oh, I'm glad. Hey. I spent quite a bit of time last year doing a complete redesign for like he still has like similar hair, and he still looks similar in like facial features to how he looked before, but I did a complete redesign for his like I don't know, clothing stuff, and I hadn't done a new reference sheet for him in quite a long time, so art style needed to be updated. And I spent quite a bit of time trying to figure out how he would dress, because the only sketches I had of him before then were before the time skip. So he's quite different there. And yeah. I don't know, I'm glad you like it. I'm quite happy with it myself. Quite happy how he turned out. I still gotta design him a bigger closet though. Because obviously the reason he's here is I don't draw him often. And because of that, his closet is not quite as expanded upon as most of the other characters. So I don't know his personal style as well as I do majority of the others. He looks very focused in trying to figure out whatever it is he's studying. Yeah. I imagine it's one of his, like, struggle subjects in school, probably. Like the detail in his messy hair and mismatched color jacket and showing you a reflection of him still trying to figure himself out. Yeah. Honestly, he probably, like, went to Maiko and was like, hey, what do you think would look good? And she gave him a million examples. And he probably picked like a handful of things at random and shoved them in his closet and then was like, yeah, this is good enough. I haven't figured out what I'm curious what his style's gonna look like once he's grown into his own a little bit more. I can't wait to figure it out. It's gonna be a really good time. Blame calculus. I also blame calculus. Yeah, you're probably right. He is not the type to enjoy science or chemistry or math as school subjects, so math is probably a pretty spot-on guess. I'm happy that you're looking forward to seeing him grow as a character. Yeah, there's a lot of like I I feel slightly silly about it because it's like I know technically they're my characters, but like I don't know where they're going. They're figuring themselves out and then they tell me about it so I can draw them. I don't tell like you get what I mean. So I'm like I get really excited for whenever they figure stuff out so they can tell me about it so I can draw them. Yeah. I think it's a lot of it's so much fun. Anytime it truly feels like that. I'm not sitting there going, this is how you're gonna evolve. I sit there and I'm like, how should I draw this? How should I write this? And then it pops up, this is how it's gonna go. And I'm just like, okay. That's how it's gonna go. There's some parts in the story where I didn't know what way to take it initially. Like oftentimes when I don't know if this is common writing process, but like when I write stuff, I often have the starting point in my head, and I have certain little moments here and there during the story that I know I want this in there, and I know how it's gonna end, and I never know how I'm gonna get there. That's for the characters to figure out. And there was one point where I got where I was at one of the scenes where like, oh, I know this scene is gonna be in there. I don't know how this scene is gonna end though. I just know how it starts. And I sat there and just thought about it for a really long time. And it probably took me like an hour. And by the end of that hour, I was just I was writing that scene, and then it just came to me like, this is how it's gonna go. And I didn't like it, but I knew it had to be done. So I cried a little bit before I wrote that scene. I was like, yeah, you're right, this is how it's supposed to go. But I don't have to like it. Really cool with just going with the flow of the story. Yeah, the story is unfolding itself. I am just the hands to write it down. I don't know if that's how the writing process works for other people. That's just kind of how it goes for me. But I hear a lot of people when they write like obviously a lot of people start with just like a concept or something. But then that a lot of people don't know how it's like when they do a whole story. How was it? I don't know. I forget exactly what it was, but something about when I was it was a couple years ago when I was starting to write all of this down, and I was looking for advice and just like, how do I make a good plan for myself to structure it out? And something about my process was weird compared to the advice that I got. I forget exactly what it was. It's almost exactly how I'm writing my short film. I know the beginning and key points, but I'm excited how the character will get to them. Yay! It's really fun to just, like, I don't know, have the character tell you about it as they figure it out. thought I knew the ending, but I kind of wanted to change it up depending on what I want to make the audience feel with the ending. Okay, sounds like a good plan. There's also nothing wrong with like playing around with different ideas, even if you have an idea you're starting with. Nothing wrong with like putting it to the sidelines and like imagining the possibilities and being like it could be like this or like this, or like finish writing all the rest of it and see where it ends up and decide if you want to do the ending you originally thought of. It could also be fun. Do we have time for another one? Oh, we don't. We are out of time for today. We're actually almost 20 minutes over time. I had a really good time today. Thank you for hanging out and talking with me and listening to me ramble and draw my OCs. We'll get to the rest of them another day. I do have let me just double check because I feel like I remember correctly. Yeah, it's Rachel's birthday next week, so I'm hoping I can make a little drawing for her. I don't know what it's gonna be, but I hope I can get to it on time. Yeah. Don't mind my physical paper calendar. But yeah. The approach I'm taking with it, nice. Super nice talking with you again, Love the Art and Rains. Yeah, thank you for being here. You have a nice time celebrating next week. Thank you, I will. I hope it turns out to be a good day. As mentioned, yeah, I'll put out a little, like, community post about it. I probably will be posting some art during the week, because there's a few birthdays that I really want to celebrate. Nagito Kamaeda, anyone? As well as Rachel, so I will try and get to those because I missed Bakugo and Inosuke's birthday this week, and I started pieces for both of them and I didn't finish them in time. Maybe I'll post them on Tumblr and just be really late, but yeah, it's fine. So, yeah, I hope y'all have a really good rest of your day or night, and if anyone's heading to sleep, I hope you have a wonderful sleep. And I will see you next stream the week after next week. Yeah, thank you again very much for being here. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.